Hello there, you beautiful people. My name is Willow, and welcome back to Supreme Commander Force Alliance Forever for a Step-Stool Laddercast. And let's get right into introducing our beautiful players on this beautiful map, Crossfire Canal, starting with the red player in the north and ending with the blue player in the south. And up to the north, we have the spiky boy, the red man going first, land as a Cybran. His name is Nakad. And then we can move on down to the south to see his opposition, the blue boy going first, land as the massive man he is. It is none other than Photon. And with our players introduced, we can take a look at the map, a beautiful classic map that we should all know and love. It's been around forever, has been played in many different games and many different formats, from numbers of players to variants of the map. There's different variants of the map, but we got 54,100 reclaim, count them up. These players gonna be able to suck up a lot of mass, and of course it is a Step-Stool Laddercast. We've had a lot of new people coming to the channel since the last Step-Stool Laddercast, so if you are unaware, this is a series where we try and highlight the cream of the crop that exists in ladder below 1,000 rating. It's gonna be a banger, and this one in particular is a marathon rather than a sprint, so make sure you have yourselves a drink to stay hydrated and a snack to sustain yourself, because buckle up for a long ride. I'm sure you're looking down there at the time bar and you're like, whoa! This is like a feature-length movie, and that's what you're gonna get out of this game today. As we look at the players and their openers, we can see exactly what they're getting on to and the trouble they're producing. We have Photon down here. He's already got his air factory done, but it looks like he might have underbuilt power a little bit. Would be surprised if he is not in a power stall, in fact. Let's go ahead and energy total. Nope, let's go ahead and energy reclaim. That is not what I wanted. Let's just go ahead and click on the man. He is, of course, almost in a power stall. If he wasn't mass stalling, he most certainly would be. He's trying to get those power generators built up, so maybe he can get a very, very early kind of transport, but I really like the fact that he's gone for a second factory and is just shoving engineers out of it. You can see right here that there's only about, what, 5-6 engineers over on this side of the map for Nakad, and we have a few more coming out of the base of Photon, so Photon getting the early build power advantage, but Nakad going a little bit more standard, getting more power generators before his air factory is done. Gonna get the first flying unit out onto the field with that air scout with those Sky Eyes, I think is what they're called. I can't remember. That might be a bar term. What is it? Flying Eyes, not Sky Eyes. I was close enough. Like, potato. We got ourselves these players. They're gonna be going at it real hard today. And of course, 2 flying eyes out into the sky is also going for 3 and then a transport. No interceptor before transport. Not that I'm too worried for him, as currently the transport first is going to be the first flying unit for Photon. Gonna have to see how these players really get the value out of this early transport. Let's move our mini-map back down to that side of the map. We have our first flying eyes coming out from Nakad. Not sure exactly. Oh, he's just going for some patrol routes. He wants to see where his opponent is expanding with those, and then it seems as though he has one just going to the main island. We'll go ahead and go in observer and watch this flying eye right now. We can zoom in. Oh, look at the little boy flying around, and we're gonna go ahead and turn on unit icons again. We can see a transport over here for Nakad getting loaded up, fully laden, might I add, with engineers, and we will be able to, of course, watch it go on its merry way over there to the eastern side of the map, as this flying eye is just going to get over here and going to give beautiful intel over to the side of Nakad. He's going to know a lot about what his opponent is doing. He's going to know about these extra land factories, which are going to be a very interesting point for Photon. I think think Photon really trying to focus on reclaim right now, and you can see that showing up in the scoreboard here. We have 1,000 reclaim to only 650. If he keeps up this reclaim game, he will no longer be a 788 rated. It's 700 rated. He will go up to 1,000 so quick if he just gets really on top of reclaim. Let's go ahead and check over here. We have all of these engineers dropped. He dropped them next to each of the mass extractors. The man's got APM for days, as he is gonna build up all these mass extractors super quick. That's gonna give him a nice little boon to his economy. Meanwhile, over here to the east, we have our transport dropping for Nakad. Is he gonna go for something quite as... Whoa, he is going for something quite elaborate. 3 engineers dropped over here in the central area, has a couple more that are going to be dropped way over here on this island, and then he's going to try and drop in the back of the enemy base. Man, he is just putting engineers all around the map, and he also has an engineer over here building a land factory. Nakad trying to expand everywhere at once. Photon really focusing his expansion efforts over here to the eastern side, but not to say he's been neglecting other parts of the map. He does, of course, have himself set up with a couple of engineers already over here. He's going for these 2 factories on seemingly every island. He just wants to have a few land factories to help him out with whatever he may need to do. And, of course, to help him get all of the reclaim, the juicy, juicy reclaim. That's what we're here for. If you ain't got the reclaim, get out, because that's all we care about here in the FAF community. It's all about who sucks more. And right now, I gotta say that Photon is sucking real good. He got that good suck. Now, we can see that the transports have dropped off for Nakad, has dropped on multiple points of the map. Both players expanding relatively well. I would say Photon doing a little bit better, as of course he has managed to get a higher mass income, which just means he has more mass extractors. Let's go ahead and check the count. We currently are looking at 19 T1 mass extractors for Photon versus Nakad sitting on a paltry 13. He is 6 mass extractors behind, and that can result in some very lopsided moments here in the early game. The earlier you get all these mass extractors built up, the earlier you get to start transitioning to T2 mass extractors, and the earlier you can realistically transition into building a strong navy. Of course, though, these players are both relatively low rated. They're about my rating on the ladder. I'm also just as bad as them. So we're gonna be seeing exactly what they're going to foil and fumble, as well as what they are going to handle with grace and elegance, because they will handle some of these things elegantly. You'll be surprised. Now then, we have a transport out over here for Photon. He's going to be going for a casual little drop right here on the edge of this little pizza slice of Crossfire Canal. Maybe he'll be able to set up a little bit of a base, set up a bunch of, factories, and just really make Nakad fight for this island. Meanwhile, we don't have anything similar coming out from Nakad, as Photon is slowly but surely grabbing up all the mexes on his island. So is Nakad. Neither side has really had an engagement other than maybe a couple of scouts being shot down or a transport being shot down. I don't see the transport of Nakad kicking around anywhere. Nope, it is still over here. It's just chilling on the land right there, or maybe that's a new transport. I would have a hard time finding the dead one, honestly. Is there a dead transport, like, over this area? No? Okay. If he had a dead transport, I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. Also, we managed to get a land... We're gonna have a land factory on the main base of Nakad. Does Nakad know about this? No, he doesn't, but he will soon. Oh no, the reclaim is gonna come to bite Nakad in the ass. His engineers aren't gonna keep walking down here, so he won't know that his opponent is just gonna start building land units on his main island. Photon is being a sneaky UEF. And on the other side, you expect the Cybern to be sneaky, but he's just playing a standard, bog standard game. He's being an honest, hard-working Cybern, which there aren't enough of in this land. Go ask the Duelist. He's not hardworking at all. He uses stealth and deceivers and mermaids. It's just horrible. I love that I say that, but now, like, Cybern is one of his least played factions. He has Cybern in his logo, so you know what? He's still the punching bag for the Cybern for me. as we have T1 bombers coming out from Nakad, a duo of them in fact, and he's doing an attack move into a patrol. He just wants to be annoying. And you know what? That's what you gotta do. You gotta be annoying. If your opponent isn't cursing your name by the end of the game, you're not playing the game right. You need to make them hate you as an individual. Also, Photon, he has a little bit of a forgotten engineer here, or maybe, yeah, he's just kind of forgotten about this little guy. But he's chilling, he's having a good time. Let's go ahead and check on some of these engineers, see their stats. Do any of these engineers have, like, insane reclaim stats? 300, 130, yeah, no, none of them really have insane reclaim stats just yet, but they are getting a lot of reclaim. Speaking of which, 3.3 thousand versus 2.4 thousand out of these players. And I'm sure Nakad has some over here that have stupid numbers of reclaim. No, they don't. They all just have a little bit, but it's adding up. Each of these engineers are paying for themselves and then some. And that is what you want to see. The T1 bombers seemingly shut down before they could really do any significant damage over here on this kind of pizza slice. We also have drops coming out from our boy. He's got a capture onto that Cybran Mex. What a Chad. And right now we're seeing some units coming out from Nakad. Nobody's really gone for hover or has early hover as an option. Also, Nakad still unaware of this proxy base on his island. The longer this goes on, the scarier this gets, and he's just building a bunch of AA for now, but the second he starts building up a whole bunch of tanks that could be dangerous, T2 Air has been finished up by Nakad. Let's see if he can manage to make anything magical happen with that. Do we have T2 coming out yet for our blue UEF player? No, we don't. We're also seeing a bunch of Navy start being thrown up. Nakad doing a little bit better at scaling his economy. He's getting those T2 mexes faster. Meanwhile, we have an upgrade over here for Photon. He's going for T3 on his commander. He went for T2, got himself a fusion reactor and a pulse. He's just going straight for T3 on that commander. That is all the tech he needs. He's also just being exceptionally annoying, capturing mexes, forcing Nakad to kill off his own mexes, and now he's building up a significant land army. The longer this goes unspotted, the longer this goes undealt with, the worse and worse it gets for Nakad. But Photon, I think, having a little bit of struggle with his mass. It doesn't seem like seems like all of this is building very slowly. But I think he really just wants to build up a really, really strong base. And you can see Nakad, he's got so much radar everywhere, but the place he needs it, it's a disaster. This is already going to cost Nakad quite a bit because he's just not going to have a lot of units. As my phone so rudely sends a notification, set that to vibrate, and let's go ahead and take a drink of our liquids, everybody. Stay hydrated, it's so important. Water is good for you, or tea or coffee or whatever beverage you may be enjoying today. The engineer terrorist over here for Photon finally gets killed off after infiltrating and stealing some just destroying some critical infrastructure for Nakad. He's gonna be very upset with that. And now Photon is showing his hand. He has engineers going out, and there's a radar from the frigate, and oh no, Nakad is about to start freaking out. He's gonna have a real bad day very soon, and he knows it. He needs to start building tanks. He needs tanks right now. He needs to start building point defense. He just needs to protect himself. I think that Photon needs to start being a little bit more aggressive with this force he's managed to build up on his opponent's main island, but Photon has been ecoing really well back at home and has managed to take the economic lead, and he's still in the reclaim lead, so he's just playing really, really well right now, and I really like this play, but it's gonna be foiled if he doesn't play this a little bit carefully. Also, another point of contention right now for Photon, he hasn't gotten in the water yet. There's already multiple factories finishing up their first naval units. Nakad has already kind of de facto gotten a naval lock because Photon hasn't worried about it. He doesn't care. I think Photon's really banking on this being a winning play, but Nakad may not still know about it. He maybe didn't notice it. Oh, never mind, he's starting to build gunships, but what he doesn't know is those gunships are going to be real useless as the archers just immediately delete it. And now we have... Do we have a radar? No, we just have a lot of land scouts. We have Lobos piling up that are just firing away. Has Nakad noticed and responded to this? Now he can see it. Now he knows it's there. Also, he should be able to just hear all of these shots going off and be like, where's that happening? I don't remember starting a land fight anywhere. And now Nakad is he's trying to use Renegades to maybe deal with this, but the Renegades, they're just dying. I don't even know if the Renegades are trying to deal with this. Like, the rally point, yeah, it is right here. It's going on patrol, but I don't think Renegades running in one at a time is going to help you here. And now we're seeing Gunthers! His response is Gunthers! Oh, that is an expensive response, but I like it. Go bigger, go home. As Nakad right now is in a horrible, horrible power stall. And is trying to get out enough Renegades and I guess Gunthers to just deal with this. His first Gunther gonna complete very soon. And Photon has just kind of forgotten about this. He's not really paying attention to it. I wonder what he's working on. He's getting another T2 Pigeon. Maybe he thinks that he needs it for the T3, and he very well might. Yeah, he probably needs it if he wants to build the T3 Pigeon. He's got to T2 Air himself, but yet again, what's his response going to be? Because this Navy is just going to get very oppressive. He's lucky that Nakad is a Cybran, because if he was anything but Cybran, you'd be seeing cruisers coming out that will wreck your day. Or, I mean, I guess Aeon would be okay as well. But if he's Aeon, then you have an entire other story, because Hover would have been really messing with your day by now. As over here in the north, he's building up his gunship forces. He's built up the Gunthers, and the Gunthers are going to start firing on these land factories. And over here we have an engineer committing engineer warfare, as he's just he's reclaiming his Cybran compatriots. Oh, man. Oh, man, he got 2 out of 3. He almost won it. Photon not moving out with these land forces. He just straight up forgot. Full stop, he forgot about these land units. And now, with a T2 transport, he's going to start transporting units. He's also built up a little air wing of T1 bombers. Ooh, this could get spicy. Not that it already isn't. I just love this proxy base. He thought it was like a set it and forget it kind of thing, but now he's losing his land factories. Oh, it's such a missed opportunity. But you know what? I'm still proud of you. I'm proud of you, Photon. You done good. You done made your opponent freak out. Your opponent's done built. How much mass is this? 5,000. He's wasted 5,000 mass on Gunthers, a bunch of mass on Spectres, or Renegades, not Spectres. Sorry, my Aeon bias slipping through there. I apologize. And we have gunships building up. Both of these players just building up for a huge swing. Nakada's just gotten a Navy win. There's an engineer sitting over here, 225 reclaim. What a Chad. Over 1,000 reclaim on that engineer, over 1,000 on this one. Man, these engineers over here getting a lot of reclaim, and that's really showing up in the board right here, 12,000. He's also got a mass advantage. He went for damage and range. All right, Photon's upgrading his commander. A bunch of upgrades, in fact. For what reason, we may not know. Nakad has yet to... Oh, he's yet to put a radar down, so once he kills off these land factories, he won't have anything to really... He won't be able to see all of these land units that Photon is just letting chill there. I mean, it's not really hurting Nakad, other than, I guess, stopping him from getting the reclaim from all these factories. But also, he's kind of killing off the reclaim from some of these factories. Like, this factory has no reclaim value left. T1 bombers trying to be used to kill off frigates. Just so you know, this is not a good strategy. Does not work well, especially with the Scorcher, which doesn't get its fire damage. Yeah, it just doesn't work very well. T1 bombers, very bad against frigates. Especially the Cybran ones. And now Photon moves out. Oh no, Photon! You had so much time to make something happen with this. He's lost a lot of his AA as well, so these gunships are going to just be able to come up and deal with this. He's going to kill off a few units, but this just leaves a ton of reclaim on the map for Nakad. Nakad's lost a lot of engineers around here, admittedly. But it's just going to leave a ton of reclaim. Maybe he has the hope of a lot of this getting overkilled by the air, which is really possible, but this air is starting to look a little bit scary for Photon. He's building up his kind of own air force. But what's his next play? That proxy seemed like an amazing play, but it's just not working out. T3 mexes have finished up for Nakad, but I think he's in yet another power stall. No, he's got one T3 mex chilling uncapped. Meanwhile, we have some mex capping going on the rest of the map right now for Photon, who is just continuing to eco up. He has 2 land HQs, and he's going for Mass Riptide. Oh, what a Chad. He's like, I don't need boats. I got Gatling gun tanks. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. We're going to go ahead and just speed up a tiny bit, as these players have been struggling a little bit with the entire idea of going out and hitting the enemy in the face. It's not that they don't have the tools, it's just that they're shy about using them. Very modest indeed, these players. In fact, we'll just go ahead and we'll go up to +4. It'll be all right. I promise. And the gunships and bombers, they're going to move out. I don't know if this area is really assailable. Maybe it is. But the gunship's going to try and attack this island. We're going to see a T1 mech going down. Are the gunships going to continue forward? Yes, man, Nakad, real big fan of the patrol command. Keeley, though, none of these units can shoot at interceptors, but all of these interceptors are out of fuel. So these interceptors not going to be particularly useful. T2 transport, Photon moving his comm over here to this island. Is he just going to build like SAMs to deal with this? And we also have a proxy base now out from Nakad. He's starting to build up land factory over here. And now we're going to see SAMs out of Photon. Oh, I love it. It's so beautiful. The Renegades come in. A couple of them are going to go down to the Archers, but most likely they deal with these Archers since they're clumped up. At least one has gone down. More will go down in future as more and more Renegades continue to take damage from those Archers. There's these large land forces on all of these islands just stacking up for Photon. A few T1 mexes have gone down. Nothing critical so far. This is all very easy to re-expand into. With these SAMs now, though, this is going to be a very hard area for Nakad to attack with any kind of air force. And now we have another... He's getting in his transport yet again. He's going to drop over here. He's just going to build SAMs across this entire island using that commander and a T2 transport. I love the responses that these players have to, like, things that we see as minor inconveniences as, like, a little bit higher rated players. Their responses are like, no, I will build SAMs with my ACU to deal with T2 gunships and T1 bombers. It's so wholesome. It's great. Go down to the comments and be positive towards these players. If you're gonna go down in the comments and be like, oh, there's hurt to watch, you're not cool. Nobody likes you. Actually, some people like you. Everybody has somebody who likes them. Don't listen to idiots and strangers on the internet like me about your self-value. You have value, okay? But don't be all grumpy and a wumpus all the time, all right? Cool. All right, bye. Oh, the tangents I go on. Here we have this C-14 Starlifter, yet again, picking up the commander of Photon, who is just not afraid of being in a transport. He's just going to build more. What is he doing? Oh, is he building? Okay, that's a T2 mech. Is he just going to build a T3 mech right away? He has tactical missile on the commander? Why hasn't he used it? Oh, he has oh man, Photon is an ideas guy, and Nakad is a details guy. Photon is the big picture, and Nakad is the minute, small scale. Nakad is like, all right, gotta get my units in and do things with my units, and Photon is like broad strokes. I'm gonna build a proxy base here. Yeah, I might forget about it. I'm gonna get tactical missile on the commander. I might forget about that too. I'm gonna get a bunch of hover tanks, and they're just gonna sit around. And Nakad is like trying to make things happen. He's finally moving out and getting some damage done. Has his own gunship raid coming in. Love to see these gunships raiding out of both sides. And Photon really gonna make good use of this. He's gonna get himself a few T1 mexes, just like his opponent before him did. And Photon is just using this commander with a transport to rebuild all of the mexes at T2. which is really going to bolster his economy. He's already far ahead on economy. Total mass generated, he has a 14,000 mass lead. We have a bunch of T3 mexes finishing up in the main base for Nakad, but critically, he's not capping these mexes. I can't tell you why, he's just decided it's not worth it, but capping these mexes would make his economy so much stronger for such a small investment. It costs the same as a T2 mex, and it gives you so much more than a T2 mex of value. As these Stinger gunships continue their rampage. And as you can see, this one mex over here that's capped 27 mass a second versus the Poultry 18, nearing a doubling of mass income. Actually, it's more like 40 or 30 something percent. And over here, we have ourselves gunships coming in. They've killed off quite a few mexes, but they're gonna go down over here, leaving a lot of reclaim for Nakad to scoop up. Speaking of reclaim, 16,000 for both these players. Nakad has managed to catch up in total reclaim. Do we see these mexes get capped? Maybe Nakad just doesn't know about that feature. We don't see the mass storage around it. Maybe he'll scout his opposition's base and see that and be like, that's a good idea. But he hasn't scouted in quite a while. I mean, not that Photon has scouted ever. Photon scouting is like, all right, I'm going to throw some units at it, and if they die, well, I guess I just don't need to know what's going on. Photon building a shield, he's building up clink hammers. Both of these players are T2 artillery installation enthusiasts. They would make Guile proud. And, of course, a bunch of Navy now accruing. That just means that these exterior mexes are going to slowly become unable to be held by Photon. But Photon is just so ahead economically, he can afford to lose some of these exterior mexes. He just doesn't care. He's also managed to build up quite the Riptide force. He's sitting at 68 Riptides. When he does decide to attack with that, that's going to be huge. These Salems and these cruisers are going to have a open range to just fire at all of this T1 spam that managed to kill off a proxy base built up by Nakad. It's quite funny that Photon is the big picture guy, because his name is literally, it's literally one of the smallest things in the universe of Photon, but he really does not he doesn't really focus on the small details. It's quite the duality, if you would. Oh man, I'm a fucking dork. We do have a bunch of engineers amassing over here on this eastern side of the map for Nakad. Might try another proxy. Seems as though he was just reclaiming, but hey, when in Rome, or am I right? We now see all of these Riptides over here. Where are they going? All of these Riptides are going to make their way over to this eastern side of the map, and we might see Nakad under heavy siege. If these just go to this island just falls apart. I don't think they'd be able to make it to the main island due to just the sheer number of naval units that can come to defend. But these Riptides are going to be a very scary force. How many are we looking at right here? We're looking at 72 Riptides on screen. Across the map, there's 88. And Photon is winding back for a huge uppercut. I guess it would be more like a hook. You wind back for a hook. For an uppercut, you don't really have any winding. It's just like it's kind of an explosive movement, because you can keep your hands like kind of in front of you, and they don't. Then you just BAM, and you right in the kisser. As these players continue. Oh my, that's a lot of kennels being built up. We now have Salems walking onto land, being used as forward artillery pieces, as Riptides on the other side of the map start making their way across the channel, and the Crossfire Canal is about to experience a lot of fire in a crossways fashion. And of course, the one solution that both of these players have to anything that walks is T2 artillery. Like, T2 artillery is just the answer. I wouldn't be, if he has T2 engineers over here, he's gonna build T2 artillery to deal with the Riptides. We all know it. And the Riptides come in, washing over the red island as a blue wave. The Sky Slammers are going to try valiantly to get any damage done, but they're not going to make anything happen. And these Riptides are going to completely deny this eastern island from Nakad. Now, is Photon going to paint in broad strokes and forget to expand into his enemy's dead territory? Or is he going to get some engineers over here? We have a massive naval response. So many naval units making their way over here. We also have all of these artillery now set up. Can they hit? They can't see the... Yeah. Yeah. Seeing the enemy is half the battle sometimes. But you don't have to worry about that with Photon, because he'll see the enemy, he'll need a minute to get to them. As Nakad, on the other hand, is a radar enthusiast, has a lot of radar out and about on the map. As Riptides are going to now start trying to make their way to the main island. They killed off the main valuable targets here, the T2 mexes. And Nakad is sitting on such a mass deficit right now. You got to be a little bit worried. And now with this massive increase in build power Photon has afforded for himself, he can just kind of instantly build anything on this island. Meanwhile, back at the main base over here for Nakad, we're not really seeing too much going on. He's capped his mexes, which has really greatly increased his economy. And in come the Riptides. They're going to try and fight their way through all of the frigates and cruisers, but it's just going to be a bloodbath as we go down to 1 speed. Mass Riptide versus Mass Navy. It's not going the way of the Riptides, although they are getting some damage done. This is going to leave a lot of reclaim on the side of the map for Nakad to pick up. He's getting a lot of value right now. Such a beautiful sight to see right here. Oh my, the Riptides might win it. The Riptides are slowly killing off, they've killed off most of the frigates, and the frigates are the most effective at dealing with them. There are some Salems off screen that are really going to start making life difficult. But no, the Riptides are going to finally peter out, but they costed Nakad a lot of naval units. His navy has really been cut down to size. And Photon's probably sitting on just as many Riptides as he had before. If I could click on a Riptide, that'd be cool. Yeah, 72. He hasn't really lost that many Riptides. Like, I mean, he's replaced them at least, is what I'm trying to say. Not that he didn't lose them in the first place. And now he's built up a radar. Photon is learning. He's built a radar and he's killing off all these cruisers over here. He attack. He defend. He good boy. Photon. He attack and he protect. But most of all, he respect. Oh, that was beautiful. I loved that entire exchange. It was amazing. Make sure to hydrate, everybody. These Salems are walking on land. What is their order? They're on an attack move, but like, they're just going to end up inland for a very long time because Salems, newsflash, very slow. Like, even when you speed them up, they look slow. Like, even when you really speed them up, they look slow. Okay, let's not do that for too long. As we did, I think that was a Corsair? Nope, that was a Flying Eye. Who is going to go to T3 Air first is a big question in this game. Oh, that's a lot of Corsairs. Okay, I don't think he'll be able to snipe the commander of Photon because Photon is kind of just chilling out over here. Photon has also, like, completely forgotten how tactical missile upgrade works. Maybe he's going to go for Billy. If he goes for Billy... Oh, no. Oh, no. He's building more clink hammers. You know what they say, a man's home is his fortress. Let him live in his castle. Oh man. Whew. Oh, that tickles me. That's so good. I love that. I like that for me. Let's go ahead and speed it up to like +4. These, as I said, these players, it's really like a heavyweight boxing match, but like both boxers are, you know what? It's more like a, you know what this game is? This game is it's a knife fight, but the knife fighters are toddlers. So like it takes them a while. They don't got quite the wrist strength to make everything happen. So they gotta really put a lot of effort into every single movement, and they really gotta like try and figure out their hand-eye coordination. It's just a mess. But when they swing, they swing, and you gotta love it. I'm really excited to see what all these Corsairs do. Why are these Salems not just firing on mexes? Oh, they're just outside of the range of the mexes. Economically, Photon is a juggernaut. And Nakad just feels like he's struggling with upgrading anything that's not on his main island. I guess he did lose a lot that wasn't on his main island, and now he's starting to get some upgrades queued up across the map, but they're all paused. And now he's up to 200 mass a second out of nowhere? Was he power stalling? He might have been power stalling. Oh, he has a Soothsayer. That might be the issue. He has a Soothsayer, but he only has one T3 Pigeon. He really likes intel, but he doesn't quite know how to afford it. Oh, and we have a nuke sub. And this nuke sub is the only mobile missile launcher that the Cyber Navy gets. And we're going to see this become an exceptionally valuable unit throughout this game. Because the mobile missile launches are going to just wreck. They're just going to wreck. And Photon needs to notice this and really needs to build up some TMD in various places. But that's not why Nakad built it. Nakad built this nuke sub for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to make one very big explosion. And I think he's going to be able to do it. He won't be able to nuke over here, but now we have reached the end game, boys. Photon has skipped full T3 mexes and gone for, well, the boys. And over here to the east, we have a bunch of Salems now stacking up onto this island. This island is just doomed between the tactical missile launches that are already up to nearly 10,000 mass killed for Nakad. We have all these Salems coming onto land. They're going to just start killing off all this stuff. It would be very easy for Photon to deal with this. He just needs to give a move order. But Photon, he's not zoomed out. He's stopped looking at the big picture. He's all zoomed in. And he also has a ridiculous... What? Okay, 89. He has almost 200 Riptides across the map, and he's giving out the move order over here. He's winding up. He's managed to get the edge of that knife aligned, and he's gonna go for the jugular, as he's gonna do an all-out attack with his Riptides, I think on both sides of the map, and that could be dangerous. We have some Wagners over here, but they're not prepared to deal with firepower of this magnitude. And the nuke sub. The nuke sub is getting ready. Oh, Nakad reclaimed some of his Gunthers. Oh, that's real smart out of Nakad. Surprised he didn't reclaim all of them, but he reclaimed some of them to build power. For that beautiful, beautiful Soothsayer, which he managed to get no adjacency for. And the Salems have been cleaned up by the Riptides. He's not attacking on this front. Would love to see all of these units also go for an attack. Would be a very good use of his time. I mean, he's sitting on... How many Riptides are over here in general? 66. He has his main Riptide force over here to the west. But there's a bunch of Corsairs coming out onto the field. And neither side has T3 air. Neither side has team... We have T3 land coming out from Nakad. But no T3 air will be made this day. And these Corsairs will reign free and supreme with their missiles. That nuke sub getting dangerously close to loading its first nuclear missile. And yes, I almost said looting. It's looting the moosel! And these Riptides, they're slated to die, but before they do, they're gonna try and make every little bit of their lives count by killing off a bunch of units that don't necessarily mean anything. Reclaim numbers, Nakad up to 41,000, but he's so far behind economically that he's nearly 200,000 mass total generation behind. But he is also, well, no, he's not more efficient somehow in mass killed to lost. I don't know which way this is gonna go. They've taken radically different approaches to this game. Photon has really just embodied the UEF at the beginning. At the beginning, he was trying to break those UEF ways. He was building proxy bases. He was being really annoying with engineers, doing all of these APM taxing aggressive things. And then he got T3 on the commander, and that was that was it. That was all. The story ends there. He got T3 on the commander, and ever since, things haven't been the same. He's built 2 SMDs on this island, just in case. And he's now building lots and lots of RAS boys is what's going to be coming out of this quantum gateway. Wait, he's not building RAS boys. He's building Rambo boys. Oh my, Photon is... He's becoming a legend. Nakad is also kind of being a legend. Building Gunthers, going for the nuke sub. Just kind of chilling. Using Salems as land units. I love it. These two players just embody the best of their factions. This is peak FAF gameplay if you look at it with some really weird drunk goggles. And you know what? I like wearing drunk goggles. I like just being drunk. It's great. But I should do more drunk casts, even though you all unanimously hated the drunk casts. Well, not unanimously. It was very polarizing. A lot of people hated the drunk cast. The 2 that I did. If you want more of them, let me know in the comments. I'll get drunk again and cast again. Maybe I'll do it with a duelist. Strategic launch detected out of that nuke sub. Where's it going? It's going for the original main base of our boy here, but I don't know how much damage it's gonna do. It's gonna be 4 T3 mexes, which is gonna hurt. But he's built HQs across the map. He's not losing any tech other than T2 air, but it's not like he was using it. Very beautiful explosion. What response is that gonna prompt from Photon? His response is to attack with Riptides on the eastern side, because there's no way that Nakad would respond with Corsairs over here too, right? This is why I was saying attack on both sides at the same time, because he can only send Corsairs to one side. Well, I guess he could split them up, but we're not really looking at that level of gameplay here, are we? We have a Stone Ager now. Photon's like, well, if he's nuking, then I need to nuke. Obviously. That's the solution to this problem. The Riptide's coming in. They're going to fight T1PD being thrown up hastily. And it's going to be maybe the only hope over here, other than the fact that there's like 30 Corsairs in the air that are just going to deal with this. This base is so incredibly aesthetically appealing, like, I kind of want to make it the thumbnail. And over here, we have ourselves, a lot of dead Riptides. A lot of dead Riptides. I really love the Riptide. It's one of my favorite units, by the way. I just love that it's like It's this little Gatling gun. Listen, if you have high fire rate, you make me happy. I hope that Sanctuary has a lot of units that are just super high fire rate. Like, I love the machine guns and the Gatling guns. Which is kind of weird, because I play the faction that arguably has the least fire rate weapons in the game. But they do pack a punch. Like the Toddler knife fight, they... Whoa, wait, no, Photon, I'm an idiot! Oh man, I've been rambling too long. Photon has built an air force of T1 units. He killed off all the Corsairs. These Riptides are actually scary again. There's more Corsairs being built up, and I don't know if he wins another air fight, but he did it. The question is, can he group up all of the Riptides before he attacks through the middle? Another strategic launch detected. This one going over here, but there's... Yet again, what are you killing? There's not too much of value over here. This isn't going to affect Photon too heavily. I mean, it's really nice to have a 5-vet plan B. But Photon is just chilling over here. He has two of these factories. One is building shield comms. They're both building Rambo comms. Wonder what his plan for the Rambo comms is. Also, where are all of his kennels? Oh, they're over here. They're gonna help build up this. Of course, that's what you do. I just had to say, like, the man has his priorities, and I can't say if they're good, but man, that's some good. I like those priorities. I like that fire base. Let's go ahead and just speed it up a little bit. Yet again, they're winding up for another blow, as they will do, sending Riptides into the middle, trying to win a naval engagement, but not sure how well that's going to work for him. And Photon has managed, or Nakad has managed to get up to Tech 3 Air. And he's also getting his own Quantum Gateway. And a Monkey Lord! I hope he doesn't send the Monkey Lord over here, because it will just die. There's Ravagers spread out enough that just dies. And also there's Rambo comms. Can't forget about those. Photon is just... He's living his best life, and nobody can blame him for that. He has rebuilt his air factory. It's only T1, but he's going straight to T3 and wants 100 ASF. 100 ASF for one scout. That is... I like those odds. And he's built an Atlantis pretty much instantly. He's gonna try and just build... Oh man, he's just gonna try and build a bunch of Atlantis. Isn't he? No, he's just gonna build one, and it's just gonna sit there. Battleships are now assailing this position. The Clink Hammers, they're not gonna withstand the firepower out from those Galaxy-class battleships. And Nakad may have finally found a winning solution. It depends on the range of the battleships, but maybe he can get some substantial damage done here. And in comes all the Corsairs over this island. Oh no, they're just gonna try and kill off all of the eco over here. Photon's been cut down to one slice of pizza when before he was 3. But Nakad has been cut down to 2 slices of pizza. But, you know, more stuff counters less stuff, and Nakad has more pizza right now. But you can't help but kind of root for Photon. He's kind of being the main character of this game. Another nuke out from Nakad. Gonna be shot down immediately. Most of the economy on this main spawning island for Photon has been knocked out, and Photon for the first time in a long time is behind economically compared to Nakad. And it's starting to feel like this might be the long drawn out death of Photon. His nuke launcher is loading. He has a lot of Percivals. Honestly, attacking with the Percivals would be great if he can get some air control. But how is he going to get that air control is the question. He's building Storks with the Atlantis. Nikad has finished up his second Monkey Lord. They're just sitting. Those are home Monkey Lords. They're here for defense. They don't attack. They only protect. Man, he's building a lot of Monkey Lords. I guess he really wants to break this base and understands that it's going to be really difficult. Oh yeah, he'll understand that it's going to be really difficult to break that base. And now the Rambo comms have shown up, and they're gonna build up a whole bunch of. Oh no! Oh no! Photon, my man. Oh no, Photon is. He's doing his thing, and he's doing it the way he wants to. Oh. The Riptides are coming out, and they're gonna attack in force. A huge air fight takes place. It's weird to see an air fight that's mostly interceptors at the hour mark, by the way. That's what we're getting from these players. We have a huge Riptide attack now coming in. And the Naval HQ may be at threat. If he loses this Naval HQ, it may be a real big problem. 2 Monkey Lords are starting to move out. Those could have been used for home protect, but they're not going to be home protecting. Although another one will probably be done by the time the Riptides make it all the way onto the land. Photon is catching back up economically. And he does, of course, have these Rambo comms, which, if he ever does decide to just attack with them, they will be very strong. Also, they might just be an answer to the Monkey Lords, honestly. And yeah, all of the build power on this T3 HQ going down. The T3 HQ, I'm sure, is soon to follow with all of the DPS out of these Riptides. Although a lot of the Riptides not able to get in range to attack. The new ones showing up will, though. And, oh. The Riptides soon to kill off that T3 Naval HQ. And down it goes, but all of the Riptides will pay for that victory with their lives. Where did the nuke sub go? Oh, it's back here. Doesn't have a nuke loaded yet. And, ooh, oh, yeah, this is scary now. Yet again, he needs the air to protect it, though. And he's just behind in overall air production. I mean, it's still going to be one factory versus one factory, and if he throws his kennels on that factory, it will be huge. I don't see... Oh, we do see hives here, but I think they're all assisting in production of RAS SCUs. And these Percivals will be a great response to the Monkey Lords if the Monkey Lords do a head-on attack, but what are these... Oh, they're going over here to reclaim. How many Rambo SCUs does the man have? Sitting on 6. That's quite a few. We now have a RAS SCU coming over here to this eastern island. He wants to rebuild it. Make sure to stay hydrated, everybody. As we reach a bit of a lull, let's speed this up. Another Monkey Lord has completed, and another one's going to be queued up immediately. That engineer having a lot of struggles with that. We have 2 Monkey Lords about to make landfall onto this main island, but the Percivals and the Rambo SCUs are going to attack at the same time. And honestly, I don't know if there's enough Monkey Lords to break the firebase. Especially with the Clink Hammers and how spread out they are. There's Clink Hammers across the entire island. I think the Clink Hammers may just be able to do this, but maybe the Monkey Lords will just try and chase down all of this. No, they're going to go over here. and try and attack, but they're going to be walking right into the Ravager range. Oh, never mind. The Monkey Lord. Yeah, the Monkey Lords are going to walk right into the Ravagers as the Percivals and the Rambo Coms attack. Oh, the Rambo Coms just need to build a couple flak. That's what needs to happen here. Is Photon actively microing this? No, he's just walking in. Oh, he's gonna build Sam's. Sam's works too. We have Brick and Percival fighting on this primarily a Navy map. We have Monkey Lords just biting the bullet, literally. But they will be able to make it back to this main kind of area back here. Will it be enough? There's also Ravagers in this back main area. The Ravagers are going to be firing from both sides. It's going to be a pancaking effect of Ravager fire. And the Monkey Lords, I think, just die to one. This one probably just dies to another volley. It's going to be close. The Monkey Lord may be able to get in and get some real damage done, but it's focusing down Sam's. One more volley and it's dead. Its death explosion may kill off some power generators, but that's nothing. And Photon is really just destroying, annihilating this base over here. And Monkey Lord's coming to respond, but the Monkey Lord probably just dies to these Rambo Coms, let alone the 30 freaking Percivals. And Photon is looking to just be in a really strong position and push forward. And now he has all these spiders that he can reclaim. The question is, does Photon notice this in time? There's the Monkey Lord. The Monkey Lord strays into range, but it's trying to stay out of range. Oh, he needs to attack. He needs to just push into the Monkey Lord. He needs to build more Sams as well. He has a decent air force, but he needs to deal with this. Come on, Photon. Notice that your attack is crumbling. Push in. Oh, one of the Rambo SCUs goes down. Is he going to chain? I mean, it's harder to chain Rambo SCUs than RAS SCUs. The Monkey Lord is taking a lot of damage. Only, I think, 2 Rambo SCUs go down there. In fact, I think I only see one that's dead. Can't you reclaim SCUs? Am I going crazy, or do SCUs not leave reclaim? I guess they don't. Never mind. I'm dumb. He's gonna build an SMD on this island for some reason. I think he just really wants to take over this island. He's slowly making his way around the map clockwise. He's gonna clockwise make his way around the map. He's still building a bunch of storks out of this aircraft carrier. How many storks are in this thing? Oh, my lord. That's a lot of storks. The Percivals are trying to chase down the Monkey Lord. The Monkey Lord's trying to run away with all of its legs. Trying to get those legs moving faster. We have a Megalith now on the way for Nakad. And these players still nowhere near closer to figuring out who's going to win than we were at the 1 minute mark. Here past the 1 hour mark. As the Percivals come marching in. We're just gonna get a very cool shot right here of all of the Percivals walking walking out of the water. Oh, here they come. Oh, this game looks so cool. This game looks so cool.
Strategic launch detected.
Another strategic launch detected. This time he's nuking his own base to kill the Percivals. Oh, but the nuke might go astray. It may not kill that many. Oh no, it's gonna kill most of them. In fact, all of them. And even some of his own units. Oh, man. That Monkey Lord is very happy to still be alive. Not that it's living on very much. And how is the air game looking? Oh no, he built SAMs and the ASF were patrolling! The air game it just belongs to Photon now. I don't know if he's gonna use it, but he owns it. He's finished paying off the car loan on all those ASFs. I love this. He's like, my defense was so masterful, I will rebuild exactly on top of it and add more ravages. Because the only thing that could stop me is land. We have more battleships showing up, but I don't know if the battleships will do very much with, you know, all of the artillery. Also, the fact that there's all these storks just in mothballs. Just look at this. Oh, there's so many storks. All the storks. They're going to deliver a lot of babies. Okay. All right. Well, neither side is in a position to punch the other in the face, so we'll speed up a little bit. We're going to see this nuclear missile submarine, which has a nuke loaded, start firing in towards the base, but it's not going to mean much because it's firing at the one place with buzzkills. And all of these units are just patrolling, so not too much going to happen there. We'll go ahead and go up to +5. See exactly what these players are going to get up to. We have ourselves all these rainbow comms. They've already almost finished an anti-nuke on this island because that island is super important to protect. He's gonna firebase his way to victory. Although it may not work with the Megalith, Spider, RAS SCU, and Bricks coming across. Does he notice it? He does notice that a bunch of units are showing up. Does he start building land defenses? If he starts building Mass Ravager right here, that'd be very funny to me. Oh, he's patrolling. He's gonna reclaim. Speaking of reclaim, 80,000 for Photon, 78,000 for Nakad. They've both gotten about the same reclaim. And he is just focusing on sucking all of that up. Both sides, Nakad is building up his forces over on this pizza slice. But Photon has probably already paid off these mass extractors. So I'm sure he was happy to have them while he did. And now we're starting to see RAS boys. The Rambo boys are under threat. Needs to be careful. Doesn't want to lose those Rambo boys. They've been so useful for him so far. He should have seen everything happening, and now a huge fight's going to ensue. He's going to build up a shield first, which will save him a little bit of time. But he needs to be careful. He needs to be careful that he doesn't have these SUs too close to each other because they will chain. And he's going to try and use the SUs to get a lot of damage done. He's going to try and micro them really well. Has a bunch of Percivals, but is it going to be enough? The Megalith is a huge force to be dealt with, and those 3 SUs chain. Oh no, it's a disaster. He has more and more Percivals always spewing out of these factories so he can still continue to fight another day. But Photon has lost most of his Rambo SUs, only 3 left. They're going to walk over here. They're going to continue to fire. But they are going to go down. And this nuke sub over 100,000 mass killed, just casually. As Photon continues, he's building strats. Oh, is this game gonna end in a strat snipe? Oh, that's a Soul Ripper. It's not gonna do much on this island. This island, it's just Nakad doesn't have. He doesn't know how to deal with this. He doesn't understand that, like. Oh, whoa. I thought it was like 5 or 6 strats. No, he's sitting on 26. He can legitimately, if he just goes and finds the ACU, he can right click it. He can right click the ACU and win. If the ACU isn't underwater. Where is the ACU? Here it is. It's not even under a shield. Nakad is playing with fire, he would have to shoot down all of the strats with less ASF than his opponent.
Strategic launch detected.
A nuke coming out from Photon. What's it going for? Oh, he's just nuking the land force. Another nuke detected. Where's this one going? It's going down to this island yet again, which has been T2 mexes for so long. The nuke lands, kills everything but the megalith. I think even the Monkey Lord managed to die in that one. This megalith is going to be very sad because the second it gets onto this island and gets anywhere close to these strat bombers, it dies. Although with all of these cruisers and all of these aircraft carriers, we could see a very scary situation for Photon. Because with all of these sitting here, he's going to lose a lot of air if his air starts doing anything. They're kind of... Whoa! How many? How many? I have to know. How many? 156. 156 torpedo bombers. Are you... Whoa. Oh my god. Is this megalith gonna get one passed by storks? I mean, some of this... There's so many storks that half of the storks turn around before the last one drops. It's gonna get... Oh my god, it's just gonna die to storks. It's storks. It's all storks. And now the storks are on a patrol order and they're just going to go out and they're going to try and kill off all of the Navy. I mean, I don't think the storks kill off all of the Navy because they're going to overkill massively by focusing on one unit at a time. Well, maybe not. Now they're going to separate, but they're flying over so many cruisers and so many aircraft carriers. And the strat bombers do come out and kill off the megalith. The ASF are going to protect the strat bombers. And the ASF are going to go kill the Soul Ripper. All of these strat bombers out onto the field being crazy. So much Navy just died. Photon is going to win the game with air after ignoring it for like an hour. Strat bombers are ready to attack. What are they just on a patrol order? They're totally on a patrol order. Of course they are. Well, they're going to kill anything near them. They might just start killing... They're going to start killing off aircraft carriers with strat bombers. As inefficient as that may be, that's what's about to happen. There's just strat bombers kind of floating everywhere. Strategic launch detected. It's not going to land. This fully loaded anti-nuke will see to that. And in come all the strat bombers. Are they onto the comm of Nakad? Oh no! The game... Oh no, they're going for the RAS SCU production! They aren't going for the ACU! Oh no, Nakad, are you gonna live to fight another day? Does Photon decide to kill off Nakad with the strat bombers? No, he doesn't! He kills off one of the power generators. He's gonna try and cripple Nakad. Photon is just... He's a madman! He still has enough strats to one pass Nakad, but he's not doing it. He's a gentleman. He doesn't believe in snipes. He believes in dismantling you bit by bit until you've given up on the will to live. And with that, Photon has just struck a decisive blow against the Red Cybran. Oh. And he lost all of his air for it. But he also kind of just has better air production. 156 storks. 156 storks. What a play. And they're still going, but Nakad is heavily impacted by that attack. He has lost quite a bit. And there's more strat bombers on the horizon. What are they going to go for? No one knows, but they're going to go ahead and send out to attack again. And more storks are being created every second.
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke launch detected. He didn't kill off the anti-nuke critically. Where is this nuke going? Is it going over here? I don't know where this nuke is going. I guess we'll find out. As the nuke approaches this eastern island, that's going to kill off a lot of T3 mexes for Nakad. And the strat bombers coming in, going for more of the power grid. Is Nakad... Nakad still has way more power than he needs. But it doesn't feel good to get strat bombed this much. I should know. It's happened to me. As that nuke lands, Nakad starts trying to run away. Nakad's still just sitting out of shield coverage, not underwater, just doesn't care. He feels safe. And more SCUs go down, and Nakad is now finally below Photon on mass generation. On reclaim, though, Nakad should be making bank, has so much reclaim in this area. 117,000. On the map right now, there's enough for 2 Mavers, almost. Over here to the east, we have a large attack. Monkey Lord's bricks.
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke launch detected. That's 2. What's this one going for? It's going for the main island, but I don't think it's going to make it happen. He could just build up strat bombers again and snipe the anti-nuke, but that would be too simple. Have they talked at all? Other than good luck, have fun, and you too, which is wholesome. They haven't said a word. And this nuke is going to get shot down, as is to be expected. Although, Nakad has built his anti-nuke in a precarious... No, not really. An edge nuke wouldn't get... I mean, I guess it would get a lot of power generators, which would chain. Interesting to think about. What are all these RAS SCUs getting? Excuse me? Are you about to teleport? Is this teleport? Photon... Do you have enough power to afford that? I mean, he's making 56,000 power. How much power are they drawing? Oh, they're producing power. Oh, they're getting drones? They're all getting drones. And are these the drones that can produce... Yep, these are the drones that can produce T3. They're the T3 flying engineers. I don't know what other upgrade they may be getting, but he really likes his flying build power. It's really working out for him, it seems. Both of these players are beaten and bruised. Both of them are strained by this game. And both of them are going to be doing their damnedest to win this game. I'm just curious as to how Nakad wants to try and win it, because he's just in a very rough position right now. All of the strat bombers now accumulating over here. If Photon just sends out a scout, which is something I'm not sure he knows exists, he could find the commander of Nakad and end this right here and now. But things cannot be that simple here in Step-Stool Ladder. And in go the ASF first. What is he going for? Maybe he's going for the anti-nuke? If he does get the anti-nuke, does he have a nuke loaded? He's 3. So that would be the end of it. In come the strat bombers. They're going for the anti-nuke. And they're gonna get it, just barely, in fact. That was barely enough. I mean, another one was coming in, so it would have gotten it. But, down goes the anti-nuke. Time to queue up the nukening. You're just gonna cast nukes across this entire island now.
Strategic launch detected.
Strategic launch detected. You just nuke all across this island, and this is most likely going to destroy the majority of Nakad's economy. I mean, I guess he also has RAS SCUs across the map, but there's only 12 of them. There's only 11 mass a second, so that's only going to be a little over 100 mass a second from RSSUs. Actually, more than that. It'd be like 150 or something. I don't know.
Strategic launch detected.
Another nuke detected. This time coming out from Nakad. I think it's a last-ditch effort, but it's just gonna kill off these T2 mexes again. Which I'm very surprised that Photon has rebuilt them so many times. He doesn't have any engineers left to do so, though. I mean, I guess he has this T3 Naval HQ down here. Strategic launch detected. This one going back here. I think that the game is over. It's all over but the writing. We're gonna watch Nakad, but I doubt he's gonna be able to survive the oncoming onslaught of nukes. He loses his T3 HQ. He was once on top of the world, and now he is but dirt compared to his former self. The strap bombers are building up. Photon just needs to find the commander to kill him off. Or maybe we'll see Nakad Control K. As nukes fly across the map. Nakad's comm gonna be walking over to the east, trying to escape the Percivals that are incoming to try and kill him. Will he be able to do it? He's gonna go towards the water, but there's all of the strap bombers killing off the T3 Naval HQ. Do the strap bombers turn and try and kill off that ACU? No, the ACU of Nakad tries to run away. Oh, GG's coming out from Photon, and the game ends with strap bombers. Thank you all for watching. You've been beautiful. My name is Willow. Thank you to the patrons who have helped me out so much, and the channel members who helped me out so much. You all are beautiful. Thank you for all the support. If you want to support the channel more, consider those, or consider super thanking on this video, where you get to leave a comment and just send a donation. But don't feel pressured to do anything. Have a wonderful holiday season, and we will have more casts for you in the future. This is Willow, signing off.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get